All right, let's bring back in our guest, still with us, defense attorney and former head prosecutor Bob Bianchi. Bob, what are you making of this? I think it goes back to what you mentioned earlier. You want to poke, then you want to get out. You don't want to get into the cage with the guy. This is a point that I think is a good one for Hank Brennan, but he's climbing into that cage. At least that's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, Michael, you said this before, and it's so true. There's too many variables. And the more he keeps going, the more variables he's presenting. He made the point, I believe, that he needed to make. I'm not sure how much it moves the needle, but the more he's going to engage and get into that cage with this bear, and not come up with any wow results. Now, I've strung expert witnesses along. I've taken them down the primrose path of and this, and do you agree with this? And I'm not seeing that here because the expert is not agreeing with his premises. And so I'm not sure there's going to be that wow. I'm waiting here. It's got to be that wow, like epiphany where the jury's like, oh my God, wow, home run. I don't think we're going to see it here. And if we don't see it, this is just wasted time that makes a jury feel the prosecutor's desperate. And I may have a witness that did not give me great testimony and I couldn't cross my way around them. But the last thing I want the jury to feel about me in my examination is that I was desperate, because that has an emotional impact on them.
Yeah, I would agree. That's exactly how I would describe it. And Bob, we have the two presentations. You saw the one there with the blue paint on the arm. Then you have the one done by the defense's expert from ARCCA. I think the defense's expert did a test that's more appropriate for this case, but I'm not sure it gave us a result that's going to make much difference. And I guess I feel the same way about the state's expert.
That's a really unbelievable comment you just made there, Michael, because the bottom line here is the battle of the experts, right? But now we get to the burdens of a trial. Who's got the burden of proof? It's the prosecution. So if their expert is not wowing us in terms of proof beyond a reasonable doubt, that is a major problem. Even if the defense expert is throwing some shade on the case or not even doing as good a job, it's not an even playing field. Prosecutors got to do better than the defense.
Exactly, and I don't think he is at this moment. All right, Bob Bianchi, always a pleasure to have you on the show.